Emotionally immature people often go through life guided by emotional impulses, not self-awareness, accountability, or consistency. One clear sign of emotional immaturity is regularly using rationalization and double standards in relationships. Rationalizing harmful behavior is done to avoid accountability. Instead of honestly examining their behavior, emotionally immature individuals create explanations that make their behavior seem unavoidable, justified, or someone else's fault. For example, if they lash out, I was stressed. If they violate boundaries, they didn't mean it that way. If they hurt someone, they focus on why they were upset instead of the impact of their actions. Their priority is self-protection, not truth or growth. This is closely connected to double standards. Emotionally immature people frequently judge themselves and others by very different rules. They expect forgiveness, patience, and emotional space for their mistakes, but they don't extend the same to others in return. If someone else is emotionally reactive, they are labeled as dramatic, crazy, or unstable. Yet, if the immature person is reactive, it is seen as completely justified. Their internal logic is focused on their emotional comfort and self-image, not principles. Emotional maturity requires an ability to tolerate discomfort, reflect inward, and separate feelings from reality. Emotionally immature individuals do struggle with this process. Criticism is taken as a personal attack instead of neutral feedback. And accountability feels unbearable because it threatens the image they want to maintain. Instead of processing shame, fear, or guilt directly, they project those feelings outward by shifting blame, rewriting events, or positioning themselves as victims rather than the one causing harm. Their emotional reactions become their version of reality, and it often doesn't match what everyone else in the room experienced. This can be extremely frustrating for the people around them. Healthy communication becomes difficult because interactions are not honest, consistent, or mutually understood. Many people end up over-explaining themselves, defending their intentions, or trying to force the emotionally immature person to see reality logically. And this leads nowhere because the conversation is not about truth. It's about their emotional self-preservation. Learning not to engage the distortion is what's healthiest. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings or avoiding all conflict, but it does mean recognizing when the conversation has shifted from truth and into projection, manipulation, or emotional chaos. Instead of trying to convince emotionally immature people to see reality clearly, it's best to state your position once, set boundaries where necessary, and let their reaction belong to them. It's also important to remember that no one else determines your morality or your worth. Emotionally immature people often speak from unresolved wounds, insecurity, envy, and distorted perception. Their opinions are filtered through their emotional state and level of self-awareness, or lack of. Someone lacking the emotional skills to treat others fairly should not have their judgment treated as a measure of someone else's value. Emotional maturity involves remaining connected to your values and inner reality, regardless of someone else's distortions. Have a good day.